Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me this evening. This is Reverend Bryan Rawls with the Magickal Journey. I'm your host this evening, and every Wednesday evening as well. So basically, how we're going to begin this evening off is I want to talk a little bit about especially the moon, because the moon is going to be a very important aspect towards the end of the month, and right now, currently, the moon is in Taurus, and around Taurus, it's about stability, structure, and allowing for security to basically be brought into our awareness. So with the energy of the moon being in Taurus, there's tons of things that can be done to upgrade the body, because we all know that when there is aspects of the moon in certain astrological signs, obviously we know that some of this is basically the energy of stepping forward on activating more of ourselves, and as well as also more basically how we begin to look at ourselves as a person, and because with the Taurus energy is all about the physical structure and really about stability and security, and obviously the material things such as money. And with the material things such as money, the energy around money is definitely on a lot of folks' mind at the moment, especially with Christmas just passing and all of this interesting energy coming to the head for us. The end of the month is actually a very important time as well, because it's a supermoon, a full moon, a lunar eclipse, and a blue moon. So basically, with that configuration or trifecta, it's rather interesting how it's going to play out in humanity, because the obviously with the full moon is obviously a very magical time and has a umpteenth of sonnances with it, but the full moon is definitely for allowing for our lunar coding to come into the body, to come into the energy field, to come into the spiritual body, and then we also have the supermoon, and the supermoon is basically when the moon is closest to Earth. And then we have a blue moon, and a blue moon is basically what means when there are two full moons in 1 month. And obviously, January is a blue moon month. And guess what? February has no full moon at all. And that's the interesting part, because what this full moon is going to be doing, January 31st full moon, what this is going to be doing is it's going to be basically seeding humanity with the first responders or the first activators of the Book of Tara. The first folks that became aware of this new matrix, this new understanding of reality and how reality works how reality works for us as starseeds. And for those of you that do not know what a starseed is, a starseed is a human being that is actually carrying extraterrestrial DNA within their bloodline, and you can obviously find this out by one, getting your DNA tested and finding out your blood type, because there's been studies and there's been evidence showing that that particular blood types, they are otherworldly, or not of this I guess you would say universe, or not of this planet. And basically, with not being of our planet, and yes, I can speak from experience. I am a starseed as well, and being a starseed is very, it's very interesting to be in a human body. And the reason why I say it's very interesting to be in a human body is because there are so many hurdles, so many quirks, so many terms in the video game or the Matrix that the soul comes into. And basically, us starseeds, we're not used to being limited. We're not used to being limited by linear time. We're used to being able to basically travel without the existence of time. We're able to see through things that communicate with plants, animals, and things with our mind. These are the things that we are capable of, us as starseeds. And the reason why I say us as starseeds is because not all of us are starseeds. Some of us are hybrids. And what I mean by a hybrid is a mixture of two particular realms, such as like a galactic realm over here and an elemental realm over here. And then them two species basically mingle, or say, for instance, reproduce. And that's how that hybrid species comes forward. But the energy of this full moon is basically the seeding, and it's not necessarily that a bunch of babies are going to be born at this time. No, not necessarily. There's going to be births at this time. There's going to be walk-ins at this time. There's going to be soul braids at this time. There's even going to be energies that are constantly looking for a host, that are out in the material plane, and then still not have a host. So the folks that the energy of January 31st is actually the seeding and the anchoring of this new matrix. And what I mean by anchoring is that this energy gets fully grounded into our reality down here. Okay, it's already within the parallel dimensions, the dimensions that coincide with our dimension here in the 3D reality. So the full moon is going to be very important for seeding, anchoring, and also stabilizing the energies of the Book of Sahara. And for those of you that do not know what the Book of Sahara is, the Book of Sahara is a record of information, a record of similar to the Akashic record, all right? But they are simultaneously opened at the same time. Say we have the Akashic record open, we have the Book of Sahara open. The Book of Sahara opened is the active record that we are working within, or the matrix that we are working within now, the anchoring of the matrix that's getting ready to basically step forward on us. And with that, the energies here basically, it's really really about stepping, I should say, stepping forward and understanding that you are ready to step fully into your power, and really show the belief of you being your amazing self, because you of all people, and I'm speaking personally to people in general, and those are the folks that they feel it inside themselves that they know I'm talking about them. And what I'm trying to get at here is the anchoring and the seeding of the Book of Sahara. It's crucial for humanity to experience, because the experience of the Book of Sahara is, a lot of folks have to really stay open to the possibilities. And remember, nothing is impossible within the Book of Sahara. Limitations basically keep you held back, okay? And the Book of Sahara is not about that anymore. It's not about that limitation, or that energy of not feeling as if you are good enough or worthy enough. Okay, and I've just been informed by my producer that there will be no TV tonight, or no Be Live streaming this evening, which totally sucks, because I was actually looking fantastic. But anyways, first off, I want to give everybody the chance to ask a question, so I'm going to shut up now, and I'm going to go straight to the phone callers. And I want to give everybody the new call-in number, and the new call-in number is 323-870-3791. Again, that is 323-870-3791. And we are going to go to our first phone caller, and our first phone caller is area code 562. Area code 562, first name and question, please.
Hi, this is Yvonne. And my
question
Yvonne,
how are you?
is, hi, I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. My question is, do you see me being able to keep my SSI?
Okay. All right. And can you just give me the month of your birth?
August.
Okay. So I'm going to keep her SSI. Okay, so what they are showing me here is that it's a big possibility that it may be in jeopardy, but I feel as if once you follow through with the paperwork and follow through with the the correct chain of command of getting it secure and getting it more in your, I guess you would say more in your favor, or more securely secured into your reality. I feel as if you're not going to have a hard time getting it back if you do lose it. Okay, but they are showing that there is a possibility that you may lose it, but it's not going to be hard for you to get it back.
Okay.
All right, because you already have had an open case.
Okay.
Okay, but what I can do for you, if you do not mind giving your first and last name, I can place you on my healing list, which is also a prayer list, and I will write beside your name to secure your SSI check in place. So if you would like to, you can give me your first and last name, and I can write you on my prayer list.
Yes, it's Yvonne Edmonds.
Okay. And how do you
And
spell
Yvonne
that last name?
The last name is Edmonds, Edmonds. And the first name is spelled a little bit different. It's spelled Evone.
Okay. All right, I got that down. And to secure your SSI in place. Okay, so sweetheart, that is on my prayer list, and my prayer list works basically that I pray over and work and send Reiki energy as well as also galactic energy to it twice a day, once at 11 a.m. and then once again at 11 p.m. So do know that you will be receiving this energy for 30 days, and then if you would like to be placed back on the prayer list, I will place you back on it free of charge, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
You're very welcome. You have a wonderful evening.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay. So, again, folks, we are doing mini readings, and I just got finished speaking about starseed, what a starseed is, as well as also the Book of Sahara and what the Book of Sahara is. So definitely do call in if you have any questions about those topics or anything pertaining to any area of your life. Please feel free to call in at area code 323-870-3791. And again, that is 323-870-3791. And our next phone caller is area code 203. Area code 203, first name and question, please.
Hi, Bryan. This is Michelle. And
hey, Michelle.
I'm just interested to know if something's going to happen to my love life this year.
Okay. So is your love life kind of non-existing?
Yep.
All right. So let's take some deep breaths in for me and give me just a moment to look at the situation. Okay. So what I'm picking up here is fear. Okay, there's a big fear of being self, or fear of being yourself. Almost feeling like you may turn them off, or you may not interest them. Is there an underlying fear there that keeps you from being more social, or something along the lines of that?
Well, there's a little of that, yeah. Sure.
Okay.
I don't
because they show me that this fear is basically keeping you held back. So what I would like to do is I would like to remove this fear with a little bit of light language. And if you do not know what light language is, it is actually similar to speaking in tongues, or it's extraterrestrial channeling to release energy from these particular fear-based thoughts and emotions. So what I want you to do is I want you to just take a deep breath in and just listen to my voice.
Gokunaste eleas. Vidando uranga. Gata ilesta himo ura. Gendula urasia sani. Rapa equa. Unda ari.
And take a deep breath in. Just allow for that energy to release. Okay. And all right, and how's that feel?
Well, I feel good.
Good deal.
Feels good.
Okay, so basically, they did release a time frame or a timeline for me that they were speaking about a relationship coming into play around July through August. So anywhere in between July and August is when a relationship should begin to approach, and it feels to me like this particular relationship is one that allows you to be very comfortable with spending time with each other, very comfortable in general. So do understand that it's not going to be that awkwardness that you have felt before in relationships. It's going to be more comforting and more inviting for you. Okay, sweetie?
Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, that would be welcome. Sure. Thank you.
Wonderful. You are very welcome, Michelle, and I look forward to speaking with you very soon.
Good. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. So, folks, we are doing mini readings and receiving messages from Spirit. If anyone is interested and would like to just bypass the question and purchase a in-depth session with me, you're more than welcome to do so at www.amagicaljourney.com. Again, that is AMAGICKALJOURNEY.com, or you can go to my blog at BryanRawls.com, and we are going to go to our next phone caller, and our next phone caller is 646. Next phone caller, 646.
Hello, how are you today?
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good, and Happy New Year to you.
I'm doing wonderful. And what is your question, dear, and what's your first name?
Okay, my first name is Tay, and I just wanted to see if there are any messages for me in regards to my love life.
Okay, in regards to your love life, take a deep breath in for me. Okay. All right, so I do see that, all right, so are you currently in a relationship? Because I'm seeing that there is some distance currently in a relationship.
Actually, no. Distance, I would say maybe from about 10 years ago. So I haven't been in a relationship for a long time.
Okay. All right. So that may be the distance that they are speaking about. All right. So what they show me here is they show me the calendar month of, this is the calendar month of September. Now, September shows me that either September is a memory of some sort for you, or something that may that is basically a month that is very either significant for you or memorialistic for you. And what they show me here is that this energy is, or this relationship is going to step forward in, or a relationship is going to step forward in September. Now, it feels to me like friendship is going to be the first thing that steps in first. So this friendship could very well manifest around June, July, August, and then it turns into a romantic relationship in September. But understand that is not a 100% confirmation, but it feels to me that it feels very friendly at first, and then it quickly turns into a romantic relation. So they basically say kind of just be patient. But they do mention something about balancing the home and or the home life and career. So that is showing me that this relationship could be a relationship that you meet this person through work, or something that has to do with work. So they caution that balance is needed for either this relationship to remain steady, or for this relationship to work.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I'm so glad that you say that. I am intuitive myself, but I just need sometimes some Blog Talk helpers, psychic helpers to help me. I do see myself meeting someone. I'm not too sure if it's directly through work, or we meet. I know we meet. It has something to do with work, but it looks like the person. I mean, when he does come, it's not because he's in a relationship or anything. It's because he has to build up the confidence to come and talk to me. So that's what the energy that I pick up, because it's like I pick up different energies of people that I'm not too sure, like if this is the guy, or is it someone else? It could still work related, but from a different office, probably in California.
Okay, where are you at right now? Because I don't feel as if you are currently in California. Are you? Hello? Hello? All right, you there? Okay, so let's go into our next phone caller. I guess she hung up. And our next phone caller is area code 231, and Destiny.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey,
How
Bryan, what's up? I don't know, I've been feeling kind of like confused, like I got brain fog or something. And literally, it's hard to speak some days without it not coming out right. Like it doesn't come out right.
Yes, feeling like you're an airhead. I know the feeling, because I have been having the same issues. Almost like you're getting tongue-tied and twisted. Almost like you can't get energy out your mouth, or can't get a normal.
And when you do, it doesn't even sound right, and people are laughing at you because they're wondering what you're actually speaking. Yeah.
Yeah, or what the hell you've been smoking, sort of deal. Yeah, I totally understand, because I have been asked that multiple times today, and I've been like, I haven't even had my medicine yet.
Right?
So, but it's the energy, sweetie. The days following up to this trifecta astrological event on the 31st, it is going to be a whammy, and it's, like I said before, it's anchoring the Book of Sahara, and it's also seeding the energy for the Book of Sahara. It's seeding the Book of Sahara. And what I mean by it's seeding the Book of Sahara is it's basically seeding this record with first responders or first I guess you would say first galactic shamans in the Book of Sahara. So understand that there was the Rishis, the Rishi lineage in the Book of Akashic Records. Now there may be the galactic shaman lineage in the Book of Sahara. So you have to understand that this is a ever evolving world. We are always advancing. We are always moving up the spiritual understanding of reality. So it's all about allowing for this energy to speak to us and be interpreted by our soul purely and for how we understand it, because how one of us understands it may not be how the other person understands it, because we are each wired differently.
Everybody has their own perception, yeah.
Exactly. So perception is
getting interesting.
Yes, perception is a big thing here. So perceive it the way that you see it. Don't see it the way necessarily that other people see it. Allow other people to be a guide, but don't allow other people to be your guru. All right, you are your own guru.
Yes.
Okay, you are your own guru. And what I'm going to do for you here, sweetie, is I'm going to give you a quick light language activation to kind of help you with a little bit of clarity. And we're going to bring in La Sarin. And La Sarin is a mermaid energy, and she is a Loa. And basically what happens when I call her in is that she will basically provide you with a clear mind and a hell of a lot of clarity. So take a deep breath.
All right.
Dekwa aro ukun ura miana. Dekwa so ura. Dekwa no urin. Digwando urasian. Dekwa tu arasian mi an aro. Dekwa tu uras. El anara. Dekwa tu uka. Vina kieste elawa. Remina kosa ambua. Alopiate heshami. Zota aram ikenu. Patuko ora temua. Ina ikandantu. Ora ste elewan aquanu.
And deep breath in. Okay. And
that was beautiful. That sounded beautiful.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
But, thank my vocal cords, because my vocal cords hurt now.
No.
But she is saying that she is going to provide you with clarity, and she asks that you light a white candle and place a seashell by the white candle in honor of her.
And her name was? What was her name again?
La Sarin. La Sarin.
Ooh. La Sarin. Thank you, La Sarin. That was beautiful.
There you go. All right. Thank you so much, Destiny,
for
allowing me to do that.
Have
and
many blessings.
Much love to you.
Much love to you.
Okay. All right. So our next phone caller is, and we're on a roll tonight, so our next phone caller is area code 661. Area code 661, first name and question, please.
Hi, my name is Susan. Nice to meet you, Bryan. I'm new to your work. I recently heard you on Lauren, and so I will soon be having, well, in a couple weeks, a series of 5 readings. And so thank you for that offer. And I wonder if is there anything I can do to prepare?
Okay. So your name is Susan, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Give me just a second. Let me tune it. Okay, so what they are saying here is that you need to go ahead and write your goals, and you need to go ahead and write your goals and your questions that you have for yourself, basically to kind of give yourself more clarity into what it is you are wanting to ask. Obviously, the 5 readings are going to be very informative by themselves, but they are saying that some things have happened, or some experiences have happened that has led you into more searching, or more search for the truth, and that's really what you are looking for and trying to find is the truth. And the truth of your being, not the truth of someone else's being, but the truth of your being. And so basically what they want me to do here is they want me to bring in the grandmothers for you. So I don't know exactly how this is going to work, but they say that the grandmas have, or the grandmothers have some interesting energy to present you with.
Makutian, Egoma Pariata Ima, Zipota Ora Sayin, Madamariate Ekemora, Minda Tetokur, Retaste Elemur, Dambarasti Andai. Rembesto okuna kata alayanihi rakete elo uramaya.
And take a deep breath in. And just allow for that energy to flow. And another message that they brought forth was be ready for a lot of healing to take place within these 5 readings. All of my readings are not just necessarily readings and information that comes forward. It's also it's a co-creation between the two of us, because what happens is our energy basically speaks to one another and provides you with the best beneficial energy to promote spiritual evolution and spiritual advancement.
Perfect. That's just beautiful. I have been wanting to work with the grandmothers. They came in for me one time, and I wanted to tell you I so loved your drum, because there's a couple other things that come with that package, and I am loving the drum. And there, you just did the drum, so you knew that. And thank you. And I've been working on myself for 40 years, and I haven't done too many packages as of late, but I mean, when I heard you, it was like, this is like the key. This is like the missing link that I have been searching for. So I'm glad I called in tonight.
Well, the key is a key that everyone will obtain a key over the next 10 years as the next 10 records open. Each record contains a key, all right? And each record contains a stargate. The Akashic Stargate is already on my website. That is my Stargate that was created last year. And the Sahara Stargate will be created very, very soon once Sahara, the Ascended Master that is presiding over the Council of Light, as well as also the Book of Sahara, that is basically going to channel it through me. So await for that.
Okay. It sounds excellent. And thank you. I thank you so much.
You are very welcome. And the grandmothers say one last thing. Get ready to activate your magical self. So
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Wonderful. So any past lives or any interests that you have around magical traditions or magic, period, and I see life being full of magic. So magic is basically what they say is within your veins, within your blood. So understand that it's all around freedom of expression and expressing yourself through magic.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I'm making my fairies a house, thanks to your call as well.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Fairies are wonderful beings to work with, and I look forward to speaking with you soon, Susan, and you have a beautiful evening.
You too. Thanks so much.
You're very welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so I'm going to say the call-in number once again. The call-in number is 323-870-3791, 323-870-3791. And our next phone caller is area code 724. And this must be Shay.
Yes, it is. Yes, thank you for having me. I've had better days, unfortunately. How about yourself?
I am okay. I'm a little airheadish today, but
I've heard.
Yeah, but it's okay. It's okay. So what can I help you with, son?
I tell you why I was calling. My youngest son's father, we haven't seen since last spring. He had gotten himself into some legal issues. So we've had sporadic communication since the fact. Now, just last night, he contacted me and wanted to come over and see us. Now, I was, more than taken with a mixture of emotions and just wasn't prepared to do that just right there on the spot. So he had put out there today, and he was to call me this morning. He even set up the time, 3 o'clock. And, however, this morning came and went, and no phone call, obviously, no visit. And I find it also kind of weird and striking. I asked him where he was staying at, because that was his issue, that he couldn't get a home plan. And he became real defensive, which to me is just a normal question to anybody in his position, let alone, my son's father. And then I even asked how he got from the location to our place. And again, even more defensive. And these are just normal questions. I mean, if you truly are staying at a halfway house, you can't have a vehicle there, of my knowledge, and we're well over an hour away at least from one. So I just I don't know, the whole conversation just started out with him being defensive and secretive, and I'm sure that played a part in to me needing some time, for today.
Okay,
and
so what's your question here, sweetie?
I guess the reason of why he was being defensive about that and why he never called then. I mean, he hung up last night, not in the best mood because he wasn't coming over, but then called back 15 minutes later, and like I said, came up with this idea for today and spilled his whole speech to let me show him that he can do, better by the baby and I and so forth, and the whole 9 yards. And again, today, nothing. No phone call, no visit. I mean, not even a call to say, to cancel.
Okay, so
I'm just confused. It stirred up a lot of emotions, and now knowing that, he has his freedom and couldn't even call, so I'm just lost for words.
Well, it seems to me like this particular guy has his priorities, and basically he has his priorities not in a secure order. And with the moon being in Taurus, what's his first name?
His first name is Chad, Chad.
Okay.
And my first name is Mandy, but he calls me Mandy Shea.
Mandy Shea. Okay. All right. So what I'm seeing here, Mandy, is Mandy Shea, is I'm feeling as if this particular guy is basically being a rather irrational pig, and is trying to basically, it feels to me like he's getting defensive because he's being pushed in a corner, or he's being, I guess you would say, accused of something, which is making his conscious kind of throw red flags up at him, up at himself, which basically makes him feel guilty about something. So, because there's a bunch of guilt around him, I don't know exactly whether this guilt is previous, really previous, or if it's like from the past. But
with him and I.
What is that?
The guilt with him and I. Is that what the guilt is? I'm
not able to distinguish whether the energy is the guilt with him and you. I feel as if this that he's consumed by guilt. So he's having some sort of a guilt issue, which is making him defensive. And that was basically your question, was why is he defensive? What is he being defensive over? So what your guides are saying and what his guides are saying is that this has to do with guilt, and whether this is guilt from past experiences that he's experienced, or whether this is from really recently. It's still showing up as guilt, and if it's showing up as guilt, I would definitely approach the situation and ask him about it. I mean, if you're wanting honest answers and wanting him to be real with you, sit him down and be like, hey, I'm no woman to be sitting here, be toying around with. You need to be real with me, or adios.
No, to be honest with you, I thought that's what the impression was going to happen today. He pulled the card on me last night, what type of woman are you to keep a man from his child? And it was nothing like that. I just needed to comprehend, wow, he's out. Do you know what I'm saying? And so forth. I mean, my gosher is going to the very next day. So, of course, it still bothered me, that comment, Well,
if you would like me to look at this in more of a deeper and more in-depth, you can check out my website at www.amagicaljourney.com, or you can call my office at 586-659-9620, and my assistant will answer the phone and book you an appointment. do know that payment is due before services are rendered. So check that out, and we can possibly look at this in a deeper manner, because I do have quite a few phone callers, and am reading for many people, and it's very hard to distinguish who's who and what's energy's what. So so yeah, most definitely. If you would like me to look more deeper into this, definitely check out my website and get a more in-depth reading. Okay.
Okay. So he just so I understand what you're saying. So the guilt is what made him not call this morning and not show up for the visit?
The guilt is what basically has caused him to be defensive, and also the guilt has caused him not to come visit, not to call, and also it feels to me like you need to, if you're wondering why this is not happening, or if you're wondering why he's not communicating and not speaking with you, it feels to me like you should be like, you should approach him and ask for his interpretation of, just basically, what the hell is his problem?
Right. Well, I tried. The very last thing, I tried to call the number back, which I found this really weird that he had called me from. And when I'd called it this afternoon, I had gave him all day, to get in touch with me. My number was blocked from the phone that he called me from. I thought, now this is getting weirder by the minute. What is going on? I don't understand why block me from, why call me from somebody's phone and then block me, or I don't know. That I'm just confused there. The whole episode, like why call back and make this supposedly cry out your heart and set up this visit to then just get me blocked from the number you were calling from, and then, like I said today, it's like yesterday's conversation never happened, I guess.
Well, I'm only giving you what I'm receiving, sweetie. Right. So if you would like to have more in-depth reading, please do check out my website. And I appreciate you calling in this evening and asking your question. Okay. Now, let's go. Okay, so I only have one last person I have a chance to do. And I'm sorry, I'm almost out of time. So, area code 347, first name and question. And let's limit the question to just a question, not a story.
I'm so sorry about that. Thank you so much for taking my call. I'm so grateful that you got a chance to even get to me. My name is Tanika. I'm calling from New York. I just wanted you to take a look at my love life, what you see from my love life, and after that, I just wanted to ask you, would you pick up around a certain name that I'll tell you? But just want to see what you see for my love life.
Okay, so it does feel to me like someone is definitely got some eyes on you, and I don't know exactly who this particular person is, but he feels very sly. This particular person feels very sly, very sneaky, is not letting on that he's interested or that he's even got his eyes on you. All right, and also there feels to me like if you have so if you're currently already in a relationship, there's some distance here, and I don't know whether this is distance with possibly a ex or if this is a distance between a friend that is registering as a relationship, but they're showing me that so they're they're showing me that, okay, this is rather confusing me, but because they're showing me that you are not in a relationship, but
Right.
you have someone interested in you, and at the same time you there's distance. So possibly this is the distance between you and this person that has the attraction towards you. So, but I do feel as if this particular person that is attracted to you is going to begin to make some awareness out of this and allowing for you to know that eyes are on you right around the month of June. And for some reason I'm hearing as soon as the weather warms up, I guess you would say you're not a winter baby.
No, I'm born in September. I love summer.
All right. So that is basically what I'm getting with relationships. Now, what was the name that you wanted me to check out?
Okay. I wanted to know what you see around the name Nick. What you pick up around someone named Nick that I used to know.
Okay. So around Nick. Okay. For some reason, I get a hit in the solar plexus, and when I get a hit in the solar plexus, there's been a loss of communication, or communication just started back up. So it feels to me like Nick feels rather beneficial or benevolent, and is basically trying to, it almost feels to me like he's trying to get some attention, get some awareness that he's still in the picture, I guess you would say. Okay, because this is something that I keep on hearing. You just can't let it go. You just can't let it go.
I haven't heard from him since 2014.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard from him. He has not contacted me. I'm the only person I feel like even still talking about him. Like, he has not reached out to me, has not contacted me. I don't know if I'll ever see him or hear from him again. Like, I'm the only person that keeps thinking about him. So maybe you're seeing me as the one that can't let it go. I don't know. But I just wanted to know what you pick up around him. And
well, there may be a spontaneous running in to him, or possibly a contact, but I don't see that there's going to be a rekindling of a relationship or anything in that particular manner, if that's what you're asking, because it feels to me like he's moved on, but a hit's still in my solar plexus, and that usually means that you may accidentally run into him, or he may spontaneously contact you, or there may be a spontaneous contact somewhere along the road here within the next 8 to 9 months. But I am almost out of time, sweetheart, and I appreciate you calling in. And if you would like to get a more in-depth reading, and if anybody would like a more in-depth reading, you're more than welcome to go to www.amagiccaljourney.com. That is AMAGICKALJOURNEY.com. You can also go to my blog at BryanRawls.com, BRYANRAWLS.com. Also, announcement, my full moon, supermoon, lunar eclipse transmission email will be out sometime within the next 2 to 3 days, and please be on the lookout for that. And please join me next week, same time, same place, and that would be, let's see, the 31st. And what do you know? It's that nice. So I look forward to speaking to you all then. Thank you very much. Let angel wings guide your dreams. Blessed be, and namaste.